Hello, everyone. Jonathan Saar with the JuvoHub Podcast, part 3 of my 8-part series on learning theory. And as I have disclaimed in the other episodes, I am not an expert on learning theory, but I absolutely love the topic and feel it is extremely important for all educators to have a fundamental understanding of various learning theories and where it can particularly apply to you as an educator. And if you're looking to be an educator, or if you are simply here to be educated, then we're all in the same boat, learning all the time. JuvoHub, we're learning leads. Got to say my little tagline. I love it. We're in the learning leads. That's what we try to do, bring some education. What's going on in this brain of mine. So today we're talking about cognitive load theory. Woo! Sounds huge, even the expression itself, cognitive load theory. So by definition on its own, it's like an understanding of what we are teaching and how much strain are we putting on our learners. It breaks it down into 3 components. When you do the research: intrinsic, extraneous, and germane. So 3 different parts. I'm not going to go too deep into all of them, but I do want to highlight that that's part of this research that I'm encouraging you to do. It's understanding these different loads. Let me just read part of a definition that I have here as far as how it applies to educators. We want to be able to break down complex tasks and minimize extraneous load by improving instructional clarity to free up working memory for germane load, which involves making connections to build long-term memory. So we got like layer 1, and we are trying to break it down so that eventually we can retain it. Add your comments to it. So I had a few different resources that I'm going to add in the show notes here. One is from an article from Science Direct. I thought that was a really good one. And then also a PDF from the Medical College of Wisconsin. So 2 great resources for all of you to have some homework. And I'm just going to banter for a bit about, to me, how this applies. Sometimes as a subject matter expert, we just get into this mode. I know everything, so I must give you everything. So that is a very, very contrary approach when you think of cognitive load theory. So as an instructional designer, that may be all your subject matter expert's able to do. But your job is not to simply just consume it all and put it into a course. You, and I say instructional designer, that refers to building online courses. You may be teaching an in-person class or video conference. So understand that the principles come across. Doesn't matter what way that we are presenting this information. The point is, as when a subject matter expert does this massive brain dump, what are you and I going to do to break that down in a way that our learners can consume it, understand the core principles that are behind it, and then as you work through the curriculum, whether it's all in one session or perhaps it's in multiple sessions, that in a comprehensive way, you're leading them so that the germane, which is the final outcome, that the students are going to be able to retain it. So there's a big difference between presenting information, which that's easy. That's a PowerPoint, and Today, I'm going to tell you about my stuff that I know. Slide number 2, here's what I know about this. Slide number 3, here's what I know about this. Slide number 4, here's what I know about this. That's a presentation. As an educator, you scrap that and you start thinking of who it is that you are instructing. How can I break this down? How can I provide real-world application? How can I make this stand out so it connects to my students? You start going through all of these questions as you take this load of information and determine what is it going to take in order for my students to retain it. Huge topic, cognitive load theory. I'm going to stop there for now. Enjoy the references and resources that you'll see in the show notes on this particular topic. And some questions for us to consider is like, well, how do we know if our training is too complex? What are some common signs? Could we use more visual elements? Will that help reduce the cognitive load on a student's mind? And where the importance of clarity, and that's all part of the cognitive load theory. So part 3 of this series. Hope you're enjoying this series. I'm enjoying being able to present just a snippet of it with a lot of homework for all of us to understand what's involved. Less is more when it comes to learning design. To dig deeper into cognitive load theory and practical strategies for simplifying complex material, do some more research and give me your feedback. What are you doing as an educator to keep it simple? Jonathan Saar from the JuvoHub Podcast, where learning leads. Check out our site. Tons of other resources. If you're on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe. You're awesome. Take care.